Hello everyone, welcome back to We Know What You Like. I'm Lucia. Today on the channel we are continuing Interview with the Vampire. They were on season 1, episode 2, and last time we were introduced to Daniel, a renowned journalist, journalist, and we know that Louis, a vampire from a while back, has re-entered his life because he feels the interview that they first tried to do way back in the 80s, I believe, 70s, wasn't the greatest. And so, yeah, we know we have met Lestat, and he, at the end of the last episode, made Louis into a vampire, and they're going to be life companions. For those who are just jumping in now, hi, well, I saw episode 1, so go back over there. You know, there's a playlist. Go watch it. And I feel like I didn't talk all that much because I'm re-entering this world. Again, I have read the book, but that was like 15 years ago, so I don't really remember everything. But at the same time, I'm okay with not remembering everything because I'm perfectly okay with different mediums being their own thing. For instance, the reason why I've even read this book is because back when I was a kid, I loved the Queen of the Damned movie. I loved it so much. The soundtrack is still, to this day, one of the best movies ever. And because I loved that movie, my mom was like, here's the book. Queen of the Damned is over there, actually, somewhere in my personal library. And then I was like, whoa, I'm jumping straight into the story. So then I went back, and my mom bought me Interview with the Vampire, The Vampire Lestat, Queen of the Damned, and then so far and so forth. And then, I've read all of them, but besides the last two, the latest two, and I plan to reread the series soon, actually. Definitely going to reread the first one. It's going to be featured on the channel on the book talk. So look forward to that soon-ish. But yeah, and I'm going to be in New York when I read it with the other ladies of the book talk. Featurette. So yeah, look forward to us me rereading, and they've never read it. So yeah. And yeah. Louis is a vampire, and he's telling his tale, and I can't wait to see what else is going on. Remember, the plan is still to have the uncut pinned comment for that. Still don't know how many episodes ahead I will be on Patreon, if any. Not sure yet. But yeah, let's get started right now.
It's Venetian, a contemporary of Tintoretto's.
Marius de Romanus.
Ah!
Never heard of him.
Little of his work survives. Mr. de Poix du Lac covets the rare.
Two vampires walk into a church. That's where we left off.
Blissing out post-priesticide.
Bliss was merely a stage in my transformation.
I'll eventually feel like really bad.
An unrelenting pain.
We live off the blood of the living. Lap up the blood of the deceased, and it'll suck you right down into death along with your victim.
Like nothing, bro. I just broke his legs to get him in. I must be freaky.
There's a spark.
There's the rub. You looking like a goddamn angel, huh?
You were fucking loaded.
Beyond articulation.
That's what the flies see. Blood.
You, on your sleeve.
Whenever you're ready, Louis.
I knew it! I knew it!
Hi. Ow.
I'm sorry!
No one can hear them? They're so loud. Don't take the last drop.
You suck
Don't fight the blood.
Yes. Yes, that's better.
I have to go see Grace and Paul.
Paul said,
You ain't fucking hear me!
ooh.
I need to go home.
You're gonna burn.
Come out, I'll pay!
Well, I learned my as a Nemean. You didn't tell me I couldn't see outside, go to the daylight. What the fuck?
The sun gives life to everything but us. I should have told you that.
Yeah, you should have. The
The
fuck?
life of a vampire has its challenges.
Coming out, you robbed a daughter of her father. Maybe a pet pony. How's sexuality play in that?
It's a complicated question, Daniel. And we shouldn't conflate it with the salesman's death.
Humor me.
To satisfy your fixation, being transformed by Lestat, being desired by him, bedding down with him, was an overture of sorts to that side of my nature.
The shame of queer theorists everywhere.
I got in that coffin on my own free will. We were equals.
White master, black student, but equal in the quiet dark.
Provocation.
It's a little untasteful for me. He's like, you ain't fucking scaring me.
Don't expect every reader to swallow that one.
Nope.
That's the purpose. Our book must be a warning as much as anything.
He's like, do not become a vampire.
You're
Equal.
not one of them anymore, fledgling. You chase after phantoms of your former self. I'll break you of it.
You remember Lestat?
Those glasses.
Lack all the kindness for the invitation.
I don't remember inviting him, but please take your overdressed self and have a fun time.
Well, you really do have a mind in that head of yours, don't you?
Rude
I know
ass.
some of the finishes seem penny heavy, but it's the Ultimate's name going out there. So every detail has to shout exclusivity.
Yeah, bright and industrious, huh?
Ew.
I trust you overseeing all stages of construction as well?
Yes, sir.
Farscape.
Don't let him touch you like
I have
that.
my doubts, but you really have earned your 15%. You truly are an exceptional Negra.
Thank
Kill
you,
him.
sir.
But I wasn't a man anymore. I was something else. I had powers now, and decades of rage to process, and it was both random and unfortunate the man picked that night to dabble in fuckery. Would have been the next one.
Louis, my boy!
This was your man's escort I sent to these states.
I was hungry.
Stone's throw from your place of business. What were you thinking?
Disrespecting me.
How did he do that?
My
Told me I
boy.
did a good job.
You
For-
are a library of confusion.
Some things you don't get about America, Lestat.
Yes, let's have this conversation again.
Color, white, Creole, French, queer, half queer, mostly queer. What is it?
Non-discriminating. You need to show restraint, fledgling!
You need to stop using that word right now, because it sounded a little like slave. Well, that's what it fucking sound like. It's what it feel like sometimes.
And the carousel comes around again.
Fuck you.
I mean, but like, Lestat's right though. Be careful who you kill.
Ridiculous of you to mix human and vampire business. It always ends poorly.
Let him figure that out. He's a fledgie.
But how can I stop you?
In the essential duties of the executor in charge, I had been most delinquent.
Go see your mama.
We named him Benjamin.
Cool.
Benny.
That nigga's looking mighty fresh. Don't do it. That's a head full of hair. Drop that baby on the floor and then leave. Not drop him. Place him on the floor so it doesn't roll over. And then leave.
All right, here it is. Still warm.
He didn't say yes.
Oh, please.
You look good. You should stay the night.
Nope.
I'm sure Mama would love to see it.
Nope.
I no longer kill. My last victim was in the year 2000.
Some Y2K disagreement?
I want our readers to understand that.
Okay. Did you eat the baby?
I sit here, a master of my instincts.
And what
So-
about the others out there? Have they mastered theirs?
Just the opposite.
Hey.
flowers.
Так. Ты новый в Дубае? Раньше был?
He's American, damn it.
You like Dubai?
I haven't had the time to sightsee.
Go to Kite Beach.
Like it's nothing.
Kites.
Slurping.
Thank you, Namek. See you soon. As I was saying, I no longer kill.
You might have a drinking problem.
That baby don't cry. It's the quiet one. Did not kill the baby.
I almost ate my nephew, Lestat.
American debut, her fifth up in a 22-city tour, so the orchestra should be in excellent form. I have a private box, and I had tuxedos made.
Lestat's like, that's nothing. Whatever. You almost ate. You killed your uncle.
Lestat seized it as opportunity to disarm me.
Make him mine
There's one thing
more.
about being a vampire that I most fear above all else. And that is loneliness. You can't imagine the emptiness. The void, stretching out for decades at a time. You take this feeling away from me, Louis.
I love you.
And take precaution. And never part.
No.
I don't understand how someone like that can make it onto a stage. I understand they're a road company, but are they pulling talent from roadside gas stations?
Of all things to get a bakery. Sounds good to me. I don't know shit about music.
I stood in the lobby bar, nursing my complicity, as rounds were bought and fake praise was lavished upon the mark. And I was surprised by a wave of nausea coming over me. Here I was, 6 years his pupil. It was no different than the tractor salesman. This poor soul was someone's son, someone's brother.
And you'll be
he was
wiped
to be
out.
butchered for what? An offending note?
Yes.
Wrong.
Giving him singing lessons.
Opened up the score in front of him and sang as it was written. Lestat removed a lifetime of confidence, of joy, in less than half an hour.
He's the diva like that.
Qui. Sto tarando prematuramente il nostro povero Domenico Gaetano Maria. E come faccio io a sapere tutto ciò? Ero nel suo salato quando l'ha scritta. So no more of your sound can pollute this world.
Why do you do this, Lestat?
Well, I like to do it. I enjoy it.
Well, I don't. You don't have to humiliate him. Well, I don't say that you have to enjoy it! Kill him swiftly if you have to, but do it! Embrace what you are! You are a killer, Louis!
I think you struck a nerve, Louis.
Come now, love.
He had cut the man tenderly so that he could not call for help, but also so that his death was slow, meditative.
It's so fucked up.
And I felt the charge.
You alone of all creatures can see death with that impunity.
You don't like it your way.
Under the rising moon. Can strike like the hand of God.
So you consider yourself
And
like
I'll
a
say
god.
it for a third time, and no more. He had a way about him.
Very seducible.
And I was
Seduce-like.
still very much under his power.
Gaslight
He would
girl
dream of me
boss.
for hours that night. Lestat, completely enthralled. Myself, pretending to be. Afraid to disappoint.
Oh, what a love
Lestat
story.
was wrong. I was never going to be a natural. I was never going to savor the aftertaste. I was a shame-ridden second, a fumbling, despondent killer, a botched vampire. I try to have a human dish once a week to maintain the thread. There was an offhanded remark in your memoir about this dessert. I hope you don't mind.
What does this taste like to you?
Like almost all human food. Like paste, chalk, like soap.
That's sad.
This is the dessert I had after I proposed to my first wife, after I got my shit together. We were in Paris. Little cafe on the Rue Servandoni, up the way from Saint-Sulpice.
I know it. It's a beautiful street.
Alice, half of her eyebrow was blonde, like a mutt. She always
Interesting.
dyed it back to brown.
Why?
I liked it when she left it alone.
It's kind of cool. A bridge of connection on the tabletop front. Well, that was episode 2 of the season 1, and we get more lessons with Lestat and his ways of how to become a killer, and we see some seeds of deep-rooted angst to be between Lestat and Louis in terms of the way of how they like to conduct themselves as vampires. The thrill of the hunt, that means the survival, you don't have to enjoy it. And, yeah, Lestat tends to be very, he has a way about him, you know? They've said it so many times, like 3 times, maybe. Not so many, but at least 3 times. And, no more. Yeah. It's a good one, though. But it's still the beginning pages, if you will, on their story, so we don't... I mean, technically I know, but I don't necessarily remember, and I also don't necessarily think they'll do it the same way as the book. Or, like, I don't know if they'll do it the same way. Like, in terms of, like, how they'll separate, this and that. Oh. Excuse me. It was a good episode, though, you know? Like, there are always some, you know? Will Louis eventually leave his family for their safety? Potentially. I mean, it'd be smart to, considering. But will he? I mean, he has to eventually. Like, do away with the fact that not to harm them. Does that make sense? I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, that is it for me for now. I will see you next time on the next episode.